This is Joe from RX Healthy Habits, and in today's video I wanted to talk about a question that you probably all asked yourself a bunch of times, or at least most of us have, and that's this question: how many calories can I consume in a day and not gain weight? Of course, the other question is lose weight, but we're going to talk about first how many calories per day should you be consuming to not have your weight budge, because I think that's a big question. Now, that's a question you have, but in this video and in the two to follow, I want to answer that question, but there's some other questions you need to also ask yourself, and these are as important as the first one, and that is, how do they calculate it? Because when you know how they calculate that number, it's going to be a lot easier for you to know on a daily basis what your target is. And then the next question is, how do they come about that? And we're going to make it real simple. I mean, I got some tools and links that I'm going to put in the next video that's going to explain some of the different things you can use to calculate that very quickly. But there's also a simple formula but we're going to teach you that men and women follow. So now here's the thing I want to talk about when it comes to questions. What's your number? And then the bigger question is this. So the question is, what's your number that you need to eat per day? And then the bigger question is, are you going to take the time to find out what that number is? Are you going to take the time to go to the links or use the formula and calculate it and say, okay, here's the number of calories that I can consume per day? Are you going to take the time to do it? Because if you do, then the next two videos coming up are going to really help you. And this is a short 3-minute video, so I'm not going to belabor the point, because why bother? If it's not important to you to know what that number is and find out what it is, then why bother? Now, we're going to do this, and some of the series come up, we're going to answer this question. What are the typical calories per day that I can expect to find in the foods I'm eating? And here's where a lot of people, I think, don't know what calorie contents are of some foods that they consume. But we're going to go through and talk about, in some of the videos to follow, about some of the different examples of foods. But the question I want to have for you is, do you know what are some of the calorie counts in some of the foods you eat? And then the last thing I want to talk about in some of the video series that we're going to have on this is, what's your next move? So hope that helps, and I hope I see you in the next video.